On April 4, 2025, a new era began for the Catholic Church as the world witnessed the dawn of an extraordinary moment in history. It was a day that would forever be remembered, not just by the Church, but by millions of people around the globe. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky above Rome in hues of rose and gold, a profound shift was taking place within the Vatican. It was not just the start of a new day, but the start of something much bigger. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, now Pope Leo XIV, had just stepped into the most powerful religious role in the world, becoming the first Asian pope in the history of the Catholic Church. In the quiet of the papal apartments, Pope Leo XIV woke up, feeling the weight of the responsibilities he was about to face. As the first Asian pope, he was not only representing the Church's global presence, but also becoming a beacon of hope for millions of Catholics, especially in Asia, where Christianity is a minority religion. His leadership was now critical to the future of the Church, which would require him to guide 1.3 billion faithful across different continents, cultures, and challenges. Despite the heavy burden of his new role, there was an air of serenity around him. It seemed as though he was already channeling the legacy of St. Peter, who had once been called to be the fisher of men, a symbol of hope in a world that often felt divided and conflicted. For Pope Leo XIV, this moment was not only about embracing the responsibilities of his office, but about finding peace and strength through prayer. The early hours of his first day were filled with quiet reflection as he knelt in prayer with his rosary beads in hand. His thoughts were deep and focused on the tasks that lay ahead, as he prayed for guidance, wisdom, and strength to lead the Catholic Church. His prayers extended beyond the Vatican walls, reaching out to all corners of the world. He asked for peace, justice, and an end to suffering, reflecting the simplicity and humility that had always been part of his spirituality. These moments of deep prayer, mixed with the Filipino influence of his homeland, grounded him, reminding him of his roots, while also preparing him for the global stage that awaited. As the sunlight streamed through the windows, signaling the beginning of his papacy, Pope Leo XIV stepped into his day with a renewed sense of purpose. The Vatican, now alive with the energy of anticipation, buzzed with preparations for what would be a day full of historic moments. Early appointments were among the first crucial tasks that needed attention. Each decision, though administrative, carried deep symbolic weight. It was clear that these decisions would send a message about the direction he hoped to take the Church. The College of Cardinals, those entrusted with helping him lead, were eager to see his vision unfold. One of his first acts as Pope was to appoint a new head for the dicastery for the promotion of integral human development. This position, which focused on social justice, human dignity, and the welfare of the poor, was a sign of Pope Leo XIV's commitment to putting the needs of the marginalized at the forefront of his papacy. A young cardinal from Latin America, a region known for its struggles with poverty and inequality, was appointed to this important role. This appointment was a clear signal to the world that Pope Leo XIV would be a pope who cared deeply about social justice, with a special focus on the poorest of the poor. Another important appointment was the head of the dicastery for communication. In a world where media plays a crucial role in shaping perceptions, Pope Leo XIV understood the need for the Church to be more connected with the modern world. By appointing a renowned journalist and media expert to this key position, he aimed to modernize the Vatican's approach to communication. This move highlighted his understanding of the digital age and how important it is for the Church to engage with the modern world, using media to spread its message far and wide. While these early appointments were necessary for the administration of the Church, they also gave a glimpse into Pope Leo XIV's approach to leadership. His focus on social justice, communication, and engagement with contemporary issues suggested a papacy that would be proactive, compassionate, and inclusive. These were not just acts of governance, but the early brushstrokes of a larger vision for a Church that would reflect the world it served. As the day continued, Pope Leo XIV met with his cardinals, discussing the Church's mission and the challenges that lay ahead. His demeanor was calm, yet his presence commanded attention. He listened attentively, absorbing their thoughts and concerns. When it was his turn to speak, his words were measured, grounded in the gospel message, but also forward-looking. He spoke of unity, the need for dialogue, and the Church's role as a beacon of hope in a fractured world. His leadership style seemed to combine both humility and strength, which captivated those around him. In these early meetings, it was clear that Pope Leo XIV had a deep understanding of the complexities of the modern world, yet he remained firmly rooted in his faith and the values of the Catholic Church. Later in the day, the world witnessed Pope Leo XIV's first public appearance as he stepped onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica. The crowd in St. Peter's Square, packed with faithful from all over the world, erupted in cheers as they saw their new pope for the first time. Standing tall, Pope Leo XIV addressed the people with a message of love, compassion, and unity. His words resonated deeply, not just with Catholics, but with people of all faiths. He spoke of the need for peace, the importance of caring for the marginalized, and the call to live out the gospel message in the world today. His speech was a mix of tradition and modernity, rooted in the deep spiritual truths of the Church, while calling for change and renewal. As the words of Pope Leo XIV echoed across St. Peter's Square, a sense of hope filled the air. People clapped, waved banners, and cried tears of joy. His message was one of hope and renewal, a promise for a more inclusive, compassionate, and just church. Social media buzzed with excitement as people around the world shared their thoughts and reflections on this historic moment. Leaders from around the globe sent messages of congratulations, acknowledging the significance of this new pontificate and the potential for positive change under his leadership. By the end of the day, Pope Leo XIV had already made a profound impact. His words, his actions, and his very presence seemed to signal a new beginning for the Catholic Church. It was only the first day of his papacy, but it was clear that Pope Leo XIV was committed to leading with humility, compassion, and a deep sense of social responsibility. His journey had just begun, and the world was watching, eager to see how he would lead and what changes his papacy would bring. In the days to come, Pope Leo XIV would face many challenges, but as he took the first steps in his papacy, there was a sense of optimism and hope for the future. The journey ahead would not be easy, but with his vision, his faith, and his unwavering commitment to social justice, the Catholic Church was about to enter a new chapter, one that promised to be both transformative and inspiring.